Saw glory in front of his eyes there.
Beautiful, beautiful goals there. Who can imagine? Lamine Yamal is only 17 and he has the world at his feet. Anyway, Ziti, big game football. The Devils are not here, but anyway.
Devils are doing very well, like, actually. In the Europa, we are in the same.
They are being helped.
We are being in the same as two, and tulipiga mtu tatu.
After red card.
If we win this, it will be we are number 15, but we will Champions League. Win. So that is Stera, but we don't believe in Stera.
Take that word to the
Stera, hold on. Anyway, is it four teams, Inter versus Barca, that's delicately poised because it's 3-3. It could swing either way.
Yeah, sure.
How do you predict that match to go?
I'm seeing Inter going to the finals because the way they are playing, they know how to frustrate a team because of the way they defend. And Barcelona is a forward team. Tuendeni tukafunge, and then. Because I was thinking actually they're going to win the game against Barcelona at home, and then the advantage of Inter being at home, the home ground, is going to give them like it's going to give them an upper hand of winning this. Again against Arsenal, PSG, of course they are down 1-0, and then they're going again to play PSG at home. The yellow
away
to the PSG's ground. I think that yellow card from Partey, it was a very, let me just say, silly yellow card that he received in the last game before going to the semis, because Partey is Arsenal. When he plays there, he controls everything in the midfield. He's very good in coming back, even helping the defenses. And when Partey plays, Rice has a freedom of playing forward. You saw what he did yesterday, Rice scoring a goal, because Partey came and because if Partey is not there, Rice plays as a defensive midfielder. But again, when Partey is there, he opens up Rice to do whatever he wants. So for me, I'm seeing, for my prediction in the finals will be Inter.
That's really analyzed Arsenal very well today.
Before you go to the final, you are tipping Inter to get over Barca.
Yes, yes.
And the French versus Arsenal, whom are you tipping to proceed?
Tipping the French team to go.
PSG to proceed.
PSG to go. So, but my finals will be Inter against PSG.
Barca.
No, against PSG.
Against
Inter,
PSG.
yeah.
Wakili,
yes.
She's talked of, I don't know, the famous or infamous wall of
Madrid,
Jose
this
Mourinho.
one.
Yes. When he was at Inter. You remember when he won it with the Samuel Eto'o,
yes.
And
Militao,
Milito,
yes.
Mariga as a reserve player.
Yes, yes.
Do you think that wall of Inter is still as rock solid as it was back then?
That has been one of my biggest fears and regrets. The Italians, all through the decades, have been known to showcase some defensive mettle, which unfortunately this Inter did not exude when they were playing against Barcelona. Italians are known to have great defensive discipline, but conceding 3 goals against an all-attack Barcelona was not so good. It means there's some porosity in their defense, which may not equate to what Mourinho did with Inter back in 2010. Nonetheless, I would make this disclosure publicly. I am a Madrid star, and anything that goes against our rivals is tickles my heart.
At least it's declared, it inspires us openly.
It tickles my
unlike
heart.
Zita, who feigns objectivity. At least he's declared is where he... Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. She's talked of Partey coming back as a number 6. And he was sorely missed in the first leg. I agree to that. But look at Mikel. Even yesterday, we looked at the weekend, rather. His starting 11 was more or less or mirrors what he used to the Champions League.
Yes.
PSG, on the other hand, rested their stars ahead of that rematch.
Both PSG and Arsenal lost their weekend matches. However, looking at what Arsenal did to my beloved Madrid, they won both home and away. I will not be surprised if they cause an upset against PSG away, given that last time they lacked Partey. And of course, Arsenal's attack it's more built up within their midfield, which could surprise you and score. They are not naturally inclined to use a number 9.
But they missed that yesterday. They missed a number 9 yesterday.
You missed
a number 9 yesterday's game.
But watch out on, also PSG's midfield. Wow, it's so swift, fluidity.
So
and
swift.
there's that man called Ousmane Dembele.
So
Ousmane has really surprised me.
injured.
So I don't know whether it's mind
He
games
was
or
having-
whether that injury is
He was having a strain.
a thigh strain. I don't know whether he's been available for this.
He will
Probably
play.
it could be a mind game.
So whom do you think gonna prevail in this? Gunners versus the French?
I give it to PSG.
PSG. What margin? What margin?
Probably even a draw.
A draw.
And then the match goes in favor of Shitera. Don't look at me scary. The studio.
So it's Inter PSG. Me and
Both games, it's a 50-50 affair. Barcelona, many have predicted that they might be knocked out. Might also surprise you. And I foresee a Barcelona-Arsenal final.
A repeat of 206.
Yes, a repeat of 206. But again, I just wished that PSG would have been on the other side so that we could see a PSG-Arsenal final, so that we could get a new winner of the Champions League. But as it is, you talked of how Arsenal play their game. Thank you, because they have really been crying of a number 9. The way Arsenal play their game, they don't need a number 9, and they are okay with that.
But it has cost them the
Please.
title.
No, it has not cost them the title.
Sila does not agree with you, and Sila loves Arsenal
They
to
are
be
in the
cool.
semi-finals of the Champions League. They beat the defending champions home and away without a number
They
9.
upset the
But
status
you'll be
quo.
told-
Yeah.
They
you'll
upset
be
the
told-
status
The
quo.
status quo,
Chitera,
right.
Yeah.
Granted, you'll be told they beat Los Blancos.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what matters is a trophy.
Can I pose a
If
question? Can I pose
just
a
hold
You
on,
guys are
just hold
celebrating
on, just hold
Madrid
on,
winning.
Just hold on. If Mikel does not parade a silverware, the question is, we've had Ancelotti debut season at
sure.
Liverpool.
Can I
He's won the title.
pose a question?
Shoot.
If they go ahead and win the Champions League, will you demand at a striker?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
For what?
Definitely, because look at it this way. If Mikel has an out-and-out striker who is ruthless in front of goal, probably this title, the Gunners would have won it with 5 games to spare.
You see, why I was supporting Arsenal's pathway of the Champions League, it's a trophy they have never won. So a trophy that you have won unbeaten, why are you struggling?
Tell that to the
Why are you struggling with it? Go for what
they've
you
won a
Chitera,
trophy.
man, Chitera, you're not
I-
making
Chitera.
sense,
And
man.
then after winning...
Arsenal has
after-
already won a trophy this season.
Sorry?
Arsenal has bagged a trophy this season.
No.
They beat Real Madrid. That's a trophy.
No. What I'm saying is, practically, what I'm saying...
That is what they're celebrating,
Practically,
actually.
what I'm saying is, there is nothing new in Arteta winning the Premier League. It has been done before.
No.
By
Unbeaten.
other coaches.
No.
Unbeaten.
Okay.
No.
I
Go
get
for
the school of
something-
Every coach
Go for
has
something-
want a
Hold on,
profile to
hold
have
on, hold on,
trophies.
Zita.
Go for something that you don't have in your cabinet, so that
Anyway,
Zita will never threaten you.
Objectively speaking, before you go to Mbare, how do we expect Mikel to line up on Wednesday?
All-out attack, in my view, the pressure is on PSG because they are at home. So take that advantage and win it. On the opposite
Would
side...
you want still to see Merino as a false 9 or Trossard? How would you expect that team to line up?
Merino,
However he does it, let him open up Declan Rice, and probably the return of Partey
Partey will open up.
Merino as a
Open up.
false 9 works
To-
out
to
well
that
for
game.
Declan.
Merino as a false 9 also confuses the defenders because he can come back deeper and create those
Search
opportunities.
forward.
Yeah.
Mbare, match on Arsenal, probably Barca. They're doing quite well, and Lamine Yamal, actually. You can't just imagine that young kid he's only 17
And
years.
Rafinha.
Yeah, and you look at his statistics. Even Leo Messi didn't have those kind of statistics at that age.
Comparing to our rising stars, we have a long way to go.
We are-
We have a long way to go. Given that's Lamine 17, you know.
the rising
Where were you at 17, you know?
Yeah.
Just playing there, Kalongo, you know. But Swila, this is the team to win Champions League. I'm happy to see a Madrista here because they are at their worst. You know,
With injuries.
beating even by Real Madrid this season is just not even a...
You're not enjoying
Yeah, no,
because you're
no.
at our weakest.
No, you are at your weakest, you know. But
They are not at their weakest.
And weekend they are playing
like,
against
if-
Barcelona, by the
Because
way.
look at the
Madrid,
players that they are
Barcelona.
lining up. They are
We-
one-
come on.
Serious
No,
injuries.
they have injuries. Serious
They're
injuries. They all
serious
depend.
injuries.
serious injuries.
Yeah, he's grappling with some.
Vinicius is
Chumel
there.
is back, Courtois is
Don't-
back, you
don't
know.
fool us.
No.
Why are you looking only at
Anyway,
attack?
Swila.
Why are you only looking at...
Let's have
Swila, back to that question, you know. this is a team to win Champions League because we have been suffering as Barcelona, as Catalans. We have been suffering a lot. Given that we have been suffering also from PTSD team, you know? Once you are beaten 3 goals, you can't come back. But you saw what we did against Inter Milan. 2 goals, we are coming back. Actually, over the weekend, we beat Valladolid.
Yeah.
They were leading 1-0, we beat them 2-1. Now we are 7 points clear. With Madrid, you know.
No, Madrid.
Four.
We won. Madrid won. Yeah, Madrid won.
Yesterday.
So now it's 4.
Yeah.
But again, we are winning this. We're winning the treble.
Now
So
weekend.
you're rooting for the Blaugrana.
No, he's a
The Catalan, yeah, we are winning this. I told you the other day, Swila, the final is Barcelona against Arsenal.
That's
correct.
Arsenal will beat PSG.
We will be here next week.
Yes. So we'll be here.
So you root for Barca.
Because, Swila, again, Barcelona has 2 teams to settle scores with. Inter Milan, because of what Mourinho did at Camp Nou.
2010.
The last time they beat us. Arsenal, because they keep yapping, we sold the 206, CG, Eto was offside, blah, blah, blah. You know, we have to settle those 2 scores now. We are beating Inter Milan tomorrow.
We visit the 206 game, actually. I think, in my view, Arsene Wenger blundered because once Jens Lehmann had to go and he had sacrificed his most creative force.
Yes.
Sol shouldn't have gone out. Actually, that was Arsenal's for the taking. But now, coming to EPL, which team do you have the soft spot for?
I don't think so. EPL, Mbwembwe too, you know. The real game is in Spain and Italy. That's where you find...
Because look,
you know, because
England
why
is dominating all the European competitions.
European competitions?
Yes.
Dominating
in the Champions League.
What is the last time an English team won?
I mean,
Exactly, dominating in what
let me
way?
paint the picture for you. You are a lawyer. You go
Bring
by
the
facts.
Conference League
You go
inside in
by
the
facts.
discussion.
In the Champions League, we have Arsenal in the semi-finals, and they are up to the task to win it.
In the
Europa League, you have Manchester United and Tottenham,
in the
who
final.
are in the semi-finals, so they might meet in the finals. In the Conference League, we have...
Qualifying for the final doesn't mean...
Chelsea.
Let me finish.
Qualifying for the final doesn't mean you're dominating.
Let me finish.
Let me finish.
In the Conference League, we have Chelsea, who are on fire going into the finals. So you cannot demean the English Premier League by facts of what they are doing on the pitch. They are dominating.
Chitera, from my little interactions with you, you seem to be a very diligent researcher. You're only rooting for the English Premier League.
Not rooting.
Because right
I'm
now
just countering his statement
right now
that
there's
EPL is Mbwembwe.
Let's have order.
Mbwembwe League.
Yes, because there's some dominance. And maybe I'll just give you some assignment. Whatever the English teams are doing right now, has it been done before by the Spanish teams? Don't respond to me right now. Probably
Whatever they are
catch
doing.
up.
Yeah, it has been done.
Oh, no. Okay.
You know, he asked a question, it has been done.
It has been done.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Sila.
I want to use it. Let's bring in new dynamics. Manchester United in the Europa Cup. Of course, you guys have had a horrible domestic season. But in Europe, you guys seem to get things going.
I think Amarin doesn't want to go home empty-handed like the way other coaches are so used to saying the next season, because seeing what everyone thought that Bilbao is going to destroy Manchester United at home because Bilbao were at home.
The referee destroyed
So
Bilbao.
no, that was a straight red card.
That was not.
That was a straight red card. So seeing what we are doing in the Europa Cup, I think if we win, of course we are in the finals because we tulipiga Bilbao home kwao 3-0,
But we
and
saw
now they're
a
coming
comeback
home.
at
Nico William and the brother did not even have anything to display in that match. So again, Tottenham beating Bogo. Is it Bogo and Bolo? Bogo, I think Bolo. 3-1. Again, they have advantage of course, that was away, and then they're coming home, so advantage of playing at home again. So for us, I can see the finals, as Shiraz said, Spurs with Manchester United. My fear is the finals because I can see in the last 7 games, I think tumepiga Spurs once peke yake, and that was in 2022. So in all these, Spurs wamekuwa kitupiga. So I hope the final will be very something else, because I can see one of the players, the key players of Spurs, aliumia jana kwa game ya jana wakicheza, but again I'm seeing a very beautiful final whereby we will be number 15 but playing in the Champions League if we win Europa. But I'm praying for Amorim to win this, because at the end of it you need that to give a coach that confidence. If you see in the field, Casemiro has become something else. Until now the coach is changing the mind that he is not going to. I wanted to ask you the same question.
And Maguire.
What has really changed? Because in the league, I watch United and you can't recognize that team. In Europe, even people like Maguire now seems to borrow some semblance. Where's the difference?
I think hope yetu ilisha when we saw where we are, and then with the competition that is going on in the league. As when the three teams were relegated, I think we had the confidence that tukaambiwa we are safe to stay in the Premier League, and then we tukasema if we are safe, we are planning for the Premier League what next season, and then now we have a cup to chase. As much as we're not doing very well in the Premier League, we have a cup to chase, and that is Europa. And I think that's why the coach decided to put all his mind and everything and all his lethal players. You can see Bruno is something. Anyone who compares Bruno to Odegaard must be jailed, by the way. That is jail straight. Bruno is something else. Seeing what Casemiro is doing is something else.
But again,
I want to give flowers before you come in. I want to give my flowers to Maguire, because Maguire was mistreated at Manchester United. Maguire was called all his names. His house was attacked with fans. But again, that is a player that has Manchester United at his heart. He came back, and now you can see what Maguire is doing. See Lindelof, what he's doing. See the small boys who are playing. Can I pull you down?
Diallo is back. You see, the last two games that Manchester United.
We are unbeaten in Europa, by the way.
A minute.
The only team.
Because of Maguire.
The only team.
I want to analyze the last. I want to analyze the last two matches. Yes, even as we go into the next match. The last match that you played against Lyon, I think you are overstretched to the 122nd minute. So it is not that at Europa you are winning it easy. Look at what transpired against Bilbao. You had to rely on a red card and a penalty, of course, to propel yourself
three goals were all penalties.
I'm just giving facts that led to the 3 goals. Now, what you need to analyze is the comeback that Lyon brought at Old Trafford. You remember? So don't sit pretty and say that Bilbao will be a walkover. And you have a very bad history against Spanish team at Old Trafford. Please take those notes even as we go into that fixture.
I also
just
think,
hold on.
Swila, just a minute.
We take a brief commercial. No, hold that thought. We take a brief commercial break, but when we return, a lady rather and this gentleman can't agree on UEFA Champions League. Stay tuned.